My first real encounter with Medicare was in my mother's hospital room. She had ovarian cancer and the doctors had just told us she was terminal. The hospital people pulled us aside and said she would have to go to a nursing home, but Medicare and her insurance would not cover it. My heart dropped through the floor because I didn't have the money to help my mother. It was not long after the 2008 Great Recession, and I'd worked for one of the biggest insurance companies in the world. I flew all over the country wining and dining insurance agents, financial advisors. When the economy and the market tanked, my division went from 10 people covering the entire country to 8 people to 6 to 4 to 2. I was the last little Indian standing. Then they fired me. Now I'm in my mother's hospital room and I couldn't pay my own bills, let alone my mother's. And now my mother needed me and I couldn't help her. You never know how worthless you can feel until you can't help someone you love when they're in a bad situation. I did have a friend in the Medicare biz. We had worked together at another insurance company and he was doing Medicare planning with people and was successful. So I called him up and explained my mother's situation to him. He quickly and easily solved the problem for us. My mother was taken care of and it all worked out. At least in terms of medical bills, everything was fine. My friend knew I was looking for a job, so he suggested I look into Medicare. I went through the training and started meeting with people. I remember how stupid I felt for months. I was calling my friend, asking him to explain this to me, how things work, talking to the insurance companies I work with, reading the Medicare handbook nonstop. I spent hours, weeks, even years learning about Medicare and Medicare planning. I'm not sure how long it took me before I stopped feeling like an idiot and only mildly stupid and then partially ignorant. But at some point, I achieved an adequate level of competency. When people tell me Medicare is confusing, I go back in my mind to when I didn't know the difference between Part A and Part B. Not long after that hospital room experience, starting my career in Medicare planning, my mother passed away. My father, who was in poor health for a long time, died almost 6 months to the day after my mother. After that, when I went on appointments and met with couples to discuss their Medicare options, it felt like talking to my parents. I was thinking about them and how we never had to worry about their medical bills because of their Medicare plan. Their insurance took care of everything. I think about my clients in the same way. I want my clients not to have to worry about medical bills. Your golden years, your retirement, should be a time for focusing on family, friends, fun things, not worrying about bills or paying premiums. I listen to my clients, their particular needs and concerns, their budget. I try to help them figure out the best situation for each of them. A couple of years ago, I had my own health crisis. I was working out at the gym. I'd been working out since I was 12 years old, running and lifting weights, and I had a heart attack. Now, I had been doing this for years, and it was a shock at the gym. I'm having a heart attack. My blood pressure, cholesterol, then as well as now, is perfect, but it turns out I have a minor defect. Whole time I was in the hospital, it was only 48 hours, I was worried how I was going to pay my medical bills. I'm self-employed and my health insurance is not very good. Can't wait to go on Medicare, another reason I love Medicare. My bills ended up totaling over $100,000. I feel your pain and know you're concerned about medical bills. We don't live and work to pay medical bills. We all want to be free from that burden to pursue other things more worthwhile. Thousands of clients later, years of experience, I can help you put together a Medicare plan that fits your particular needs and makes for that peaceful and joyful retirement we all want. Medicare planning is not splitting the atom, but there's a certain level of complexity. Circumstances, insurance companies, Medicare are not forgiving of mistakes. The best place to learn about Medicare is not in a hospital room. It's with a knowledgeable and experienced professional who can show you all your options.